Good morning, guys, and welcome back to the channel here. So on today's agenda, as you've seen in the thumbnail, I love carbon fiber, but I only like to use it as an accent piece. I don't like to go over the top with it because then it just looks like too much. That is my opinion. I'm sure there's people that'll disagree with me there, but I only like to use it very subtly to break up colors or just to make certain things pop, right? Like my engine bay, I have the intake and then the turbo inlet pipe, carbon, and my strut bar. That already I feel is too much, but it blends in nicely, right? It's little things like that that I feel that make a big difference, especially with the carbon in shows or whenever you pop your hood, it just stands out. We have another piece here, as you guys seen, it is Seibon. Seibon makes some of the best carbon you can get for your car. And I figured this was a piece I had seen at SEMA. I absolutely loved it. I think there was mixed reviews about it, just in terms of any ITS owner, but for me personally, I absolutely love it. What we ended up going with is the Seibon rear diffusers. Now, the only downside to this is that it's gonna make my sides of the car look a little weird for a little bit until I find side skirts that I actually like. I like the APR ones, but I'm just not a fan of the ending of it, where it ends like my front lip. I didn't find that to be that nice, at least for my taste. I'd seen the Seibon one, didn't really care for that one either. So I just gotta find one that I like that's pretty minimalistic, but still nice carbon. In the interim, we'll have the front lip and the rear diffuser, but I wanted to show you guys this, so for you guys to take a glance, this is what they look like. And it comes in two pieces. Now, it didn't come with any instructions, so I'm just guessing. And let me pull this out to the light so you can appreciate what the actual weave looks like, right? Like there is, I mean, look at this. Can you guys, I hope you guys can see that. Oh yeah, way better right there, right? Like look at this weave. So there was no directions like I just said, but I'm guessing that everything ports up to these holes. I think they match up perfectly with the undercarriage of the car, meaning the diffuser that's already existing and then screws into the bumper. So that's what we're gonna find out here shortly. I'm gonna get underneath this guy, we're gonna jack it up, and we're gonna see if that's exactly to be the case. All in all, I hope this is a simple install. It looks like it's supposed to be fairly simple, but you never know, right? You never know until you get under it and then you start seeing what the heck is going on. So, but we're just gonna get right into it. I'm gonna grab the jack, we're gonna lift this up a little bit. That way I can kind of see what I'm working with and what I'm playing with here. And then we'll just figure out how we mount this up. Like I said, there were no directions provided for this one. Why, I don't know. So maybe it's just that simple. We'll find out real soon. I'm gonna bring you guys along for the ride, okay? So we have the car jacked up here, right? And this is what I'm alluding to. If you can see underneath, we have, you know, a screw here holding in my mud flap, another screw there, there, and then the pop out. So I'm assuming that this guy just goes directly into these guys. That is what we need to figure out, or I need to find out. So I'm gonna start removing the screws where it should sit, and then we'll see kind of how this goes. Like I said, there was no instructions, right? So this one is just us figuring it out, which is fine. This is why I do this. So let me grab one. Let me grab the right side diffuser. We'll see how this kind of mocks up, and then we'll go from there. By the way, it's also gonna be extremely hot. So I'm doing this early in hopes that the sun doesn't kill me, but it's already getting there. As you can tell, I'm sweaty as heck. So let's just get going. So I got it mocked up off camera really quickly just to see how this was gonna work. Now we come into the problem areas. I'm gonna just refer to them from here on out. Two of them, here we go. Let me get the sun out of your guys' way. This is what one side looks like, right? With it on, wraps around. I like it, it looks nice, right? Here's where we get into some problems. So let me go underneath and show you. When they made this, looks like Seibon got it so that these 4 screws can go in, right? Great, that's awesome. That's how I wish this whole thing was. Instead, we get this area. So right here, where it wants to mount up, there's nothing to mount it to there. And I know it said that I would have to do some like mod, but what the hell am I gonna put in there? I can't even get my hand in there. So I don't even know what to do with trying to drill something into plastic. Like, that doesn't make any sense. And then on this side, there's literally nothing for me to put it into. So there's another one right here. What the hell am I supposed to put here? Like, there's nothing there. It goes into the groove it's supposed to, but how am I supposed to get it to sit flush in there? It wants to sit flush right in here. So how am I supposed to do that? Like, this one sits a bit better. This one, not so much. So I don't know what the hell they were doing here, to be quite honest. This is kind of annoying. I shouldn't have to do this much just to get this lip on. And then the other downside is that I can't use my mud guard now. So it helps a lot with rocks, especially all the rock chips. It won't fit on this side. It won't go over it. So maybe I'll have to cut it and modify it a little bit just so I can get it on here, but it doesn't work with that. I love the way it looks, right? Like the aesthetic of it. Absolutely love it, but the fitment, like where they made holes at, could have been better, especially this one. This one more so than this one. This one's a little easier to reach from the inside, but this one doesn't even want to like go in. So I don't know what they were thinking here. And they also didn't include any hardware or tools or nothing. So I don't know what, I honestly don't know. Like this one's beyond me. Did they just expect me to use like double-sided 3M tape? Because that's kind of dumb. So I'm not sure. I really don't know how to go about this one, but I'm gonna have to figure this part out. So let me think a little bit, mull it over, and we'll come back once I figure out some sort of solution to this. So I figured out what I'm gonna end up doing here, guys. Here's the plan. Now, we know that the far ones are gonna mount up perfectly fine, right? My issue is, let me move this camera more back. You can see the hole right here, and then there's another one right here. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to make the hole closer to here. So not all the way over here, I'm gonna make it closer to here, and I'm gonna make another one over here. But I think for the sake of this video, I have some extra clips from my car. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make the hole, right? Like I said, I'm gonna make it closer. I'm gonna put some double-sided tape just to be on the safe side. Make the hole and then put one of the clips in from there. And then that should give me enough play to do exactly what I need to do. So we'll make the hole, get the clip in, and then hopefully that holds it the way it should in theory, right? So let's take a gamble, let's see what happens, and we'll go from there, guys. And that's how it looks when you get one half on, guys. I think it looks really nice. I love the aesthetic it gives it. I just really wish I could use my mud flap. So we'll have to find a way to get that on there. Probably gonna have to cut it up a bit, but that's what it looks like. Just to give you a little further view. Will definitely give you a better look outside when it's in the sunlight. And for the way that I got it on, I guess that's probably the most important part, right? So I found extra screws that we have here at home. What I ended up doing was getting a, let me show you. What I ended up grabbing was a screw and then like a screw insert. So here's the plastic insert, if you guys can see that, right? And then it's obviously on the open side, the screw just fell. But here is the screw that I used as well. So just a regular Phillips screw, very simple. Ran it in, held it on one side from the inside, just tightened it up until it couldn't go anymore. And I don't think it's moving. I think it's safe to say that that thing is stuck. So let me move to the other side now that we know what we have to do. Should be a lot more simpler, right? We're gonna get this on and then we're gonna head to Jeff's shop because I want Jeff to PPF it just to protect it from the underside and anything he can probably do on the top part of it. Nothing too crazy, but at least let's protect the carbon, right? So let's get this on because then we're gonna head to Jeff's shop and get that part of it done, and then we get to see what kind of cool cars he has there today, right? So let's go. And just like that, ladies and gents, that's a wrap on at least the install part of it, right? But that gives you an idea of what it looks like. I love just the aesthetic it gives it. Makes the car look a little lower. I felt the back end was missing something. And I feel like this just gives it that perfect like oomph. But let's get it on the ground so you guys can really get a feel for it. And then we'll pull it out into the sunlight so you can see it as well. All right, guys, this is how it looks in the sun right now before we head off to Jeff's shop. But you tell me what you think in the comments. You like the look, not feeling the look? What are your overall thoughts? I think it looks amazing. I think it just gives the rear end a little more pizzazz and flair, something it needed. So that's about that one. But let's head off to Jeff's shop now. It's blazing hot. Let's just get over there, get this thing wrapped in some PPF film so it's protected, all right? So we made it to Jeff's shop. I'm just gonna take a browse because he does have some pretty cool cars in here. I'll be sure to show them to you guys. But I think the inside is coming along. He's actually did a full remodel, so everything is kind of coming together, man. Just a really nice spot for, if he did window tints or something that's not gonna take as long, just hang out, right? So they did a really, really good job. I helped hang a couple pieces of drywall here, so I'm gonna take good credit for the drywall that I did hang up. But let's just take a quick peek inside and see what he's kind of got going on in here, all right? So some of you guys could be wondering why we did this on the car as opposed to off of the car. Last time Jeff requested that I leave my lip on the car, the front one, just because it'd be easier for him to wrap that way. This time he did mention that it probably would have been easier to do it off the car, but since it's already on, we do it how we gotta do it, no big deal. So we're just protecting the underside of this guy so nothing happens to it, you know, rocks, mainly rocks. So I just wanted it to be safe, nothing happened, nothing falling off, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll go through the motions here. I'll let kind of a time lapse go by. You can see how Jeff gets this done and we call it a day. And just like that, guys, C is done. You can't even tell that there's anything on it, right? If we go to the other side, just in case if you guys want to see. Same thing on the other side. We did all of the bottom just to cover my butt from rocks and any other nonsense that'll fly up. And this is how it looks wide. You can get a better sense of what it looks like now just based on all the lighting that's in here, but that's what she looks like now. I think he gave it a little look that it was missing, so. Just like that, guys, we are done. Shout out to Jeff, who helped out immensely again. Like I said, I always come here when I need something done to the car. As you guys can see, based on the shop and how full it is, it's not just PPF and vinyl. I mean, they do it all. So lift kits, you want your rims and tires done, you need a new suspension. Jeff is happy to do it as he's somewhere here, as he eats his lunch. So we'll let him eat, we'll get out of his hair now. But that'll conclude today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm gonna get myself back home because there's a nice ride back in traffic. All right, so as always, go hello con take it easy because I am out.